something in us that just makes you go against Durant, unless you're one of those weirdos who likes to be a Durant fan still.
Yeah.
Because you think you're special and you're a nice person for doing that. You're not. You're just weird.
You're weirdo.
So get over it. Hate him.
Yeah. That's where I land too. I just think that there's not going to be anything good for Oklahoma City coming from this Western Conference Finals because the Thunder had these guys and now they don't, and that sucks. And so there's nothing. I don't think that there's any. The only outcome that I think would be favorable ultimately for Thunder fans is if LeBron ends up winning the championship again.
I would like that, man. Especially with LeBron. You especially root for LeBron when he has no one on his team, right?
Yeah, he has George Hill.
No. Okay. You especially root for LeBron when he has no one on his team, right? George Hill.
I'm joking.
Thank God.
Yeah, George Hill has not been very good.
But Kevin Love has been, man, my opinion of Kevin Love has dropped significantly.
It's like a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster of shame for him.
I think that the one thing I like is that Durant, people criticizing him on Twitter because he reads them.
It's been happening a lot.
Yeah,
the past 5 days.
I'm big into that. That's a storyline I root for.
Yeah,
the storyline is people talking crap on Durant.
Yeah, and I like that. And that's
a favorable.
And that's a storyline you can take part in.
Oh yeah,
just get on there, fire some tweets on.
Do you know how many my next chapter with Katie in a Houston shirt memes I've seen? They're everywhere. Hundreds of thousands of millions. It's great.
He shouldn't, man. Writing that article, it was just asking to be memed for the rest of his career.
Made fun of.
It was such a bad decision. Specifically, that article.
He tries so hard to be like a cool guy.
He's
just a cool guy, and people. He's corny, and people see through his corniness.
He is corny,
and he gets made fun of a lot, especially when I think people are it's almost like there's certain people that wait for him to start failing a little bit so they can be like, okay, good, I can make fun of him as much as I want now without getting too much.
Like when he went to that football game and was had the camera on the sidelines, was taking pictures. That's a lame thing to do.
Yeah, that was pretty lame.
As a huge, one of the biggest athletes on the planet.
Yeah, he's 7-foot millionaire basketball player.
Yeah. I've always wanted to be a photographer.
That's lame.
He hasn't always wanted to be a photographer. He's always wanted to be a basketball player.
Yeah, it's lame.
One more thing to talk crap on. That Steve Kerr talk when he was, everyone's heard this story, right? Where Phil Jackson goes to Michael Jordan and he says, "Find the open man."
Yeah.
And then he passes it to Paxson. And he told Durant this on the sideline. It's and then everyone's like, wow, that's excellent coaching right there. That crap made me so mad. I was like, how is that excellent? I mean, I get it, but it's so cheesy and corny. And it's just that this legend, Steve Kerr, coming with a Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan story, saving the game. And then Durant, I'm pretty sure, looked someone off and took the ball ISO and then made a terrible play right after that.
As he is prone to do.
And he was kind of walking away.
He did not want to hear that.
Yeah, he didn't seem listening intently to everything that Steve Kerr said.
He looked like, come on, man. He was like,
yeah, he was.
I'm trying to get out there and play.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not very coachable.
Maybe Steve Kerr knew he was on the camera thing because
that
was like, ooh,
that was a coachable moment for Durant, and he.
Well, what's funny is that he's playing the exact way he played in Oklahoma City in Golden State.
But now, not last year, he did not play like this.
Right. But I'm just saying he is now.
Yes, he is now. Yes.
And people are like, oh, well, maybe this is Kevin Durant. It's like, well, yeah, it's Kevin Durant.
Yeah. You think Russell Westbrook is making decisions for Kevin Durant when he's here?
Oh, man. Kevin just had to play that way whenever he was with Russell. Now he's playing with two of the best shooters of all time. And he waved them off to ISO in that game.
I love that. Hey,
and Steve Kerr
when you're
is
feeling
yelling at
when
him.
You've got the hot hand, you got to take it.
That's what they say.
Man, what did he even shoot last night? Not that good.
Yeah, Durant. I don't know.
God,
It's been very.
He's
good.
such a
okay.
head case,
8
man.
of 22.
He is.
He played well last
We've
night.
gone over this, I know, but it's just reminded all the time.
Guys, let's move on to our next playoff talk question or NBA talk question. It's from @dpuzzle23. He says Paul George and Russ both made all NBA teams. Thoughts on how this helps keep Paul George, and how's the summer going for all of us? Summer's good.
So how's summer going?
About to get down to the lake and get a
Get your tan on?
tan on.
Are you pretty
Wow.
pasty right now?
Oh yeah,
Just flaking.
I look like
Flaking.
Casper the friendly ghost.
Casper, the sexy, friendly ghost. For
About
you
to be.
ladies out there.
About to be. I'm about to be when he turns into a real boy at the end of the movie.
Oh, remember in
So, the all NBA teams. What? I don't know what you guys are talking.
well,
about.
hold
remember
on.
his-
We're talking about Casper. Real
Remember
quick.
his uncles, the three ghosts, the fat one?
Well,
the
I was
tall
gonna
one, the
bring-
stinky one.
Yes, of course.
Great.
A part that grossed me out when I was a kid, like really had an effect on me and does today, was when they're all eating food and it's just they're just like and it's crumbs and you see it go through their bodies and it's just all dropping on the floor.
Yeah.
Just really, I don't know why that really bothered me in an emotional way.
How old were you?
Oh, I don't know. When did Casper come out? Like when I was probably 6, 7, 8, something like that. It really bothered me.
I'm seriously so mad at you guys right now. Taylor, you're muted for like the rest of the show. It's just Luke and I now.
Okay, Taylor. Mary F. Kill. Casper.
Okay. All NBA first teams did not include any Thunder players: Harden, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, and Kevin Durant. Russell Westbrook did make the All NBA second team. How do you guys feel about Lillard over Westbrook?
I'd kill the stinky uncle.
Yeah, I'd F the tall, skinny one.
Me too.
Guys, this cannot continue for much longer, or else I'm seriously going to end the podcast and leave. I don't like you guys anymore, and don't think this is funny.
But we both married the fat one.
Yeah.
You know,
We finished the game, Andrew.
we finished the game.
game's
Just
been
let
finished.
us finish it.
So we're
man.
talking about what are we talking about? All NBA teams.
Yes.
I think does it help? Oh, Andrew's gone. All right, Luke.
Right.
Looks like we have freedom.
Guys,
What do you think about let's see. Oh wow, he's he's sitting in a chair in the living room.
people on YouTube really get the full experience.
So Casper.
Casper, let's talk about it for more time. Actually, in this time, let's talk about something else that we both love. Anthem beers.
Oh,
Man, they're so good. It's raining outside while we're doing this podcast, and all that makes me want to do is when it gets sunshiny, have an Anthem beer.
the rain makes you sad and you look forward to happiness, which
I look
is
forward to it.
alcohol in the form of Anthem beer.
It absolutely is. And if you guys aren't doing anything and you want the full Anthem experience, you should go to their tap room and have a beer there.
It's a beautiful tap room.
It really is. You get to see where it is made. That is exactly where they make their delicious beers, and you can look and see all the stuff that they do.
And if
They have a
it's-
little bar you can buy and test all their beers, see which one you want. And if you find one, you're like, I love this, I want some. You can get it in a big old growler, which is just like a huge
bottle. It's like
bottle.
a jug, a
It's a
beer
jug
jug.
of beer that you can take home and drink it. And it's great.
And if you go there, they have the garage door open. I mean, this bar, this tap room is in a big warehouse. I mean, it's in where they brew everything.
Yeah.
So you see everything. And if it's a nice day, it's nice in there. If it's hot outside, don't worry. They have those big what are they called? Swamp
Fans. The
swamp coolers. Is that what they're
Yeah,
called?
I don't know
What
if
are
that's
they
what they're
called?
called. But the thing
You know what
that
I'm talking about?
they make it feel good in there.
It feels good in there. It's not as hot in there.
Yes, I think it is called a swamp cooler.
Is it a swamp
I
cooler?
don't know.
Andrew, is it a swamp cooler? Oh,
He's watching clips from Casper the Friendly Ghost.
he's trying to
He wanted
he's trying to
answer.
decide which
He
one.
was like, well, I thought I'd marry the stinky one. Andrew really likes the sneaky uncle.
Yeah.
But Anthem, they're great. They support us, and guys should support them as well for supporting us, and because they make a great product.
And it's so good that if you're a ghost, don't go to Anthem because one, you'll scare people.
First, don't waste it because you drink it,
Exactly.
go all the way through, and just drip out.
It's-
No,
That stuff is liquid gold.
like let it be put in a human's body and stomach.
Yeah, like you had your chance when you were
exactly
a physical being.
exactly. And guys, don't wait till you're a ghost to try an Anthem beer. 'Cause
Don't wait till you're dead.
it's not worth it.
It's not.
'Cause
Anthem beers, drink them, use them, abuse them, live your life.
That is right. Andrew, come back. You must come back now.
All right, Andrew, your timeout's over. You can come back.
You're being a real stinky uncle.
Andrew?
Right.
All right, looks like we're gonna go on.
Okay, let's find a good one to talk about. Okay. It's from Daniel Yurchink 1, who wants to know if Melo leaves and Paul George stays, what do we put in our expectations at? Say we find a floor spacing 4 for the bench, and Patterson starts with Grant at 5 off the bench. What's your expectation?
My expectation is that we're a better team because the rotations will be a little better. Patrick Patterson will get a little bit more time. Andrew, you back?
Guys, we
What?
have to talk about the All NBA teams.
Oh, okay. Let's talk
No,
about
we're
him.
moving.
real
We
If you
quick.
moved
try
on.
to talk about Casper again, I'm going to punch you in the face.
I won't talk-
and
I've-
going to
Hey,
leave.
hey, you're the only one talking the C word right
Yeah, I'm kind of tapped out on Casper.
Okay.
Move on, Andrew.
All right.
All NBA teams.
We have to answer the question that was given to us.
Yeah,
please.
what does it help? How's the summer going? Good.
No,
Yeah, that
it's not
part of it.
going. No, it's not going well.
Mine's going pretty well.
Mine's going pretty good.
It's not going well at all.
What's your thoughts on them making all NBA teams? Thoughts on that helping to keep Paul George?
Well, back to my original question. How do we feel about Russ not making the first team
I think it's fine.
and Lillard making it?
I wasn't expecting Lillard to get that many first place votes. And is that just because I haven't been paying attention to what people have been saying about Lillard this past year? Or is it a surprise to you?
He was great in the regular season.
He was great. I just didn't see as much media attention as evidently there was because he got first team. He had like 77 first place votes or something.
Well,
like
I think that the reason is team success probably for him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you could, if the Thunder won 50 plus games, you would give it to Westbrook.
Yeah.
You know, and if Curry wasn't injured as much as he was, you give it to Steph.
Oh, I loved that Steph didn't make any.
And so,
of them.
and it was due to injuries. And so
I don't care what it's due to.
So yeah, I don't have any problem with it. I think that it would be a little strange almost if Russell made the first team, just because I don't think he had the greatest season. Even though he averaged a triple double, which is still crazy, still something that people I don't think talk enough about because it's a very cool thing to do 2 seasons in a row. But I don't have any problem with it. Paul George made the third team, and I mean he was like a fringe pick for that spot, and I don't know how deserving he was of it. I don't think that, I mean, the second half of the season, he was not good. I mean, he had legitimate stretches where he was not helping the Thunder. And so, I mean, it's good for his reputation. I think that it's ultimately a good thing for the Thunder. It doesn't change anything in his contract, it doesn't change anything about any of that. But I think that it does show, like, hey, I didn't have the greatest season, but I can still be chosen for an All-NBA team while I'm in Oklahoma City. Which is a big deal for their careers and their reputation and all that.
Right. I was going to say it shows more to him than it does to anyone else, right? Because
Yeah.
I was a little surprised he made an all NBA team at all because he wasn't. And maybe this is the actual Paul George experience. Maybe this is what Paul George is when he's on your team. Is it's inconsistent like this from month to month.
Well, he had legitimate injuries this season.
Yeah, that forearm tightness, man.
Well, the forearm tightness is because of his elbow.
And your elbow's connected to your shoulder.
Oh my gosh, you're terrible. So he would experience numbness, and you can even look at the games like that. I don't know if it's bursitis or whatever it's called.
Bruschetta.
bruschetta. Yeah,
Oh yeah, bruschetta.
that's good. When he has the bruschetta inside his elbow, the more you play on it, the like it's numb and tingly, and
Yeah.
so second half of games, his shooting was worse through the whole season. And so I think if he gets that taken care of, I think he can be a better player. And I also think he was dealing with knee problems, which are all concerns. Like signing Paul George long term, like those are
Right.
injuries are a concern, and those type of things are concerning overall. But hopefully he comes back and can be a better player.
You think Melo was mad he didn't make an All NBA team? I bet he was.
No, he's just mad that people think that Kyle Korver is better than he is. He's got, which is, it's just kind of sad.
So I saw someone else say, I only saw 2 Melo
But
comments.
there were 4.
I saw someone say there were 4 Melo
Apparently
comments.
there were 4.
I didn't see the other
I didn't
ones.
look at it. But apparently there are.
Anyway,
That means he was.
that is hilarious.
He was legitimately mad.
And what a weird
Yeah.
account for him to even see.
NBA riddles.
Somebody,
Yeah, what is that?
somebody must have sent it to him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Some
Like an
But if
DM.
you are the guy who runs NBA riddles, you're like, this is my chance.
This is the
Well,
best thing
you,
that's ever
you
happened to
know
me.
how excited he was because he would screenshot. He screenshotted the comments and then put that as an Instagram post for
Yeah.
himself. And he basically, after that happened, the rest of his posts are just how excited he is that this happened
Oh yeah.
to him.
Now he's gonna start selling like some kind of coffee on your skin. You know, coffee rub.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Hair bear care. You know.
Yeah, he's gonna be talking about
Yeah.
promos. He's gonna start selling his.
essential oils. That's what Instagram is. Just
Yeah.
a big essential oil ad.
Oh, gross.
Rub it on. Makes you feel however you want to feel. Different oils.
Rub it
different
on.
feelings.
Just rub them on.
Rub them on.
Next.
That's our ad for essential oils.
Guys.
You want to move to the Twitter questions?
Yes.
Hit me with the thing.
Twitter questions.
Lord.
We hit the other button that we did earlier about coming off the bench.
Yeah, if it comes up, I'm not just
Okay.
going to do it because you asked me to.
Okay, well, let's come off the bench and hit some Twitter questions.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
Way to play the system. Luke. You're a good lawyer.
There you go. Penis Adam coming off the bench. All right. Our first Twitter question. Let's jump to. Do you want to jump to the one we did that we started?
Yeah.
If Melo leaves and Paul George
Whatever.
stays, what do you put your expectations at? Say we sign a floor spacing 4 for the bench, and Patterson starts with Grant at 5 off the bench. What is your expectation?
I mean, if Robertson, a lot of it hinges on Robertson and what his status is coming into the season as well. He said that he was going to be ready for the start of training camp and that he was going to be able to play. If that's the case, you're talking about if you don't have Melo and you start 2 Pat, you're talking about one of the best defenses in the NBA. They can switch 1 through 5. And I think if you're the Thunder and if you're Paul George, I hope that they're watching this series thinking, we could do that. Like
Absolutely.
the Rockets aren't shooting well. James Harden's missed his last 23s. The Thunder could do that. Westbrook could miss 23s. We could do that.
But even the defenses they're playing, the Thunder could do
the
that.
switchy defense, if you take Melo away, you just don't have anybody on the floor that you can target at that point. And if you need to be quicker, you just sub in Jeremy for Steven Adams, and then like there's nobody to target for the Warriors or even for the Rockets at that point. And so I think the goal should be to have as many of these athletic wing defenders, and if they can shoot it, awesome. But the Rockets are proving that you don't even have to shoot it that well in order to beat this Golden State team, in order to take them out of their game. Also, Andre Iguodala is a big deal for him to be out because the Rockets were just targeting whoever that 5th guy was over and over and over again. Kevon Looney just got destroyed.
Right. I get that. That's an advantage the Warriors have had forever, though, because they always have more better players than your team. Even now, with Iguodala out, they still have more better players than the Rockets.
Well, they don't know who their 5th guy is. It was Quinn Cook. Like that was a guy that was playing in the G League this season.
I get that.
They don't have a fifth guy.
I get that. On the floor, though, is still Steph, Draymond, KD, and Clay.
I know, but
Like, it doesn't matter.
it does matter. It does.
It doesn't matter as much as that, though.
We
I
watched-
get that you've had.
they
I
lost
get
the
that
game.
the Rockets are playing 6 people.
Yeah, but there's no weak link in those 6 that they're playing.
I get it. I just refuse to think that, like, oh, Iguodala being out is why the Rockets have won 2 games in a row. I can't, and that's so. I feel like you're giving them an excuse. I feel like the real reason is they're not playing like the Warriors. They're not playing even that offense is not what it is.
Okay, to me, it's not the offense; it's the defense. It's the offense. Their offense just throw offense out.
Okay,
On
then
the
defense.
on the defensive end, when you can target guys like the Rockets do over and over again, and choose who I'm going to go one-on-one against, and I have one of the best or 2 of the best isolation scores in the game. If that guy's Andre Iguodala out there, you're not able to do the same things.
Right. I get that. And going back to the Thunder thing and them watching this and being like, "Oh, I can do that." That is exactly what they want, right? Is Russ watching? Russ probably doesn't watch these games. But if Russ is, he's probably watching this and like, "Oh man, it breaks down to just like ISO stuff with these guys.
We can do this.
I can do that
Yeah.
all day."
Yeah, I think that if you're the Thunder, you have to be a little bit encouraged from this series.
And it shows you don't have to have as many all-stars as the Warriors have, right? You can be the Rockets and have 2 guys and then just run an offense that helps that the most, which is what the Thunder have always done, and they've been pretty good at it. They were up 3-1 against the Warriors. They would have won the championship.
And it's a little unfair to just say the Rockets only have 2 guys because like Eric Gordon was incredible. Trevor Ariza is so good for them. PJ Tucker is really good. And then Capella has been amazing. I mean, those 4 guys are so pivotal. If they just don't have one of them, and you have to play like Joe Green like 30 minutes a game, like they maybe don't win those games. Like those are really, really close games. And if you do not have the defenders of that caliber, I don't know that you win. And I think the Thunder are putting together a team, if they can bring Paul back, that has defenders of that caliber.
That's the thing. The Thunder could build 5 guys like the Rockets have those 5, right? Especially with Steve out there. So you have Paul George and Russ and Steve, which is not a role player. I mean, that could be a guy that is as good as Paul George in the playoffs next year.
Yeah. No, I mean, Steve is a role player. His mentality is a role player. He'll never.
No, I know what you're saying, but talent level, like it's like Steve is better than than like Eric Gordon is for.
Well, he's similar to Capella. What the impact that Capella's had.
Yeah,
because he's never going to like take over a game, and Capella's never going to take over a game. But just to have those guys and have those options, and if you can bring back Jeremy Grant, and have Andre there, like the defense can be even better than what the Rockets are doing now.
Mm-hmm.
If you have Andre.
All right, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @JKman08, who wants to know, everyone's worried about Oklahoma City's free agent / cap situation. Tons of other mid-tier playoff teams in the same position, Toronto, Washington, Portland, Heat, and the Wolves, if they pay Karl Anthony Towns, rank them against the Thunder situation and see if it's as bleak as it sounds.
So would you rather be Toronto?
Heck no.
No.
Or OKC.
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 Washington.
OKC.
OKC.
Yeah, I mean, in Washington, it doesn't look good right now, but you still have Wall and Beal. Like, you know that you have them. I think that it's really hard to answer this question until we know what Paul George
You
does.
also know that, like, Wall and Beal haven't been able to do much for you.
Yeah, but you still have that trade chip there.
Yeah.
Because if Paul leaves, you're just... I mean, the Thunder kind of screwed in a lot of ways.
Right.
And it
but
flips a lot of these, like, would you rather be this other team if Paul George left?
If he leaves, then yeah. I mean, if he leaves, then
If he leaves, would you rather be Toronto? I would not still.
maybe.
Mm.
They still have a ton of young assets. The Raptors do. Like they still have a lot of flexibility moving forward, to where the Thunder, like, it's going to be really tough for them to find somebody.
You don't, but the Thunder, you have Russell Westbrook. Even if next year Toronto might be better than the Thunder, you still know, oh, I have Russell Westbrook, and if somehow I can build around him, that's going to be better than anything I'll be able to do with DeMar and Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. How many times do we have to see this?
I just don't know what they could do. I mean, the thing is that I'm not saying that like with those guys, like I ride with DeMar and Kyle. I'm just saying that they have flexibility to trade those guys
Yeah,
or to do something different.
they should.
Whereas the Thunder, like you have Russ, which is awesome. Then you have Steven.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you just don't really know what else you have.
Yeah.
Which is it would be tough. But if you have Paul George, then like you feel like wow, like we can have a great defensive identity. They need to figure out the offense, obviously. But I feel like they can play better.
Mm-hmm.
And that if they have cohesion and they can have some continuity moving forward, then you're talking about a team that could be really good. But I mean, they would have less than they did in Russ's MVP season moving into next year. And they had to just claw their way to a playoff spot.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit scary. So I don't know. Portland. I mean, Portland. Again, if the Thunder have Paul George, obviously you'd rather have the Thunder situation. But if you don't, they're in a pretty good spot otherwise. And it looked really bad in the playoffs. Getting swept by the Pelicans was not ideal. But still, like they've got really good players on their team, and their cap situation sucks. And 2016 really screwed them over. But I don't know. I think really without Paul George, I think that you'd probably rather be all these teams, maybe except for the Heat. Like I don't love the Heat's situation.
Heck no.
I don't really know where they're headed. But I'd rather be Toronto, Washington, Portland, Timberwolves if the Thunder don't have Paul George. If they do, I'd rather have the Thunder than all of those situations.
I don't know if I'd rather have Timberwolves if they trade Cat.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll trade him.
What's up with that? Is that just Karl Anthony Towns complaining, probably, or his agent putting stuff out there?
I have no insight into it at all.
Around, man.
I'd just be surprised if you just don't trade a guy like that.
Heck
on
no.
his rookie scale deal. That's just
Heck no.
Heck no, Techno.
that would not be very smart.
Okay, would you rather be Dallas Mavericks?
All right, next Twitter question.
All right, next Twitter question comes from @Jess2437, who wants us to rank in order of most likely to happen first. Steven Adam hits a 3 in a game.
Steven Adam.
Yep. Hits a 3 in a game. Charlotte wins a championship. LeBron and Russ are NBA teammates. The Warriors miss the playoffs. Draymond gets no tech ejections for an entire season, or Carmelo comes off the bench.
Ooh.
I think that you can put these in. There's two categories. One, it could probably happen, and it's Steven hitting a 3 in an NBA game.
Yep.
You can put these others in another category, and it's never going to happen. Never, ever. There's not even, who cares, like, what the ranking is or what the scale is. Like, LeBron and Russ are not going to be teammates. Golden State is not going to.
Jay, hold on. Jay is so mad at you right now that you just said that.
Well, just
that LeBron and Russ will never be teammates.
I'll never say never.
You're telling Jay LeBron won't come to Oklahoma City?
I'm telling you, Jay, he's not coming to OKC.
Oh.
Draymond will always get technicals, and Carmelo will not come off the bench.
Ever?
Never.
You think he'll just retire?
I think he will. I think he'll get broken down and come off the bench. Like
never
3
ever.
years from now.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hey, penis out. I gotta come
Please
off the
stop
bench.
saying that.
That's what he's saying. Play it one more time and let people judge for themselves.
I was literally there.
Play it one more time.
No. Okay.
That's what he says. That's what he says.
It is what he says. Sorry.
I hate you guys.
What do you think he's saying? What do you think he's saying?
He's saying I hate you, and I hope this is our last podcast we ever do together.
I'm coming on the bench.
Hey, Luke, we do need to mind what we're doing a little bit because he has a lot more options now than he used to.
That's true.
We need to be kissing his rear a little bit more.
Kissing his rear.
I don't know if
Licking his rear.
it's going to be a while before Melo does come off the bench, though, for real.
It's going to be, it won't be next year. It might be the year after that.
Or he's just out of the NBA.
Man. Okay. Would Melo rather be out of the NBA than come off a bench?
Maybe.
I think he might.
Yeah.
Too.
For me,
Hume. Okay, guys, let's
Hume?
move
Hume?
to our next Twitter
And
question.
Charlotte's never winning a championship. Never.
Never say never.
Charlotte.
No, they're never winning one.
Okay. This next Twitter question comes from M.Wave, who wants to know if there was a draft for reporters/podcasters to cover different NBA teams, which non-Thunder team would each of us want to be drafted to cover?
I would love to cover one of Philly or Boston, probably, because you get to cover these young up and coming teams. Plus, they have all these draft picks coming their way, and I love covering the draft. And so, I think that those would be probably the two most fun teams to cover moving forward.
Philly has more personalities, I think. That would actually talk. So both teams have good personalities.
Yeah.
But Philly has Joel Embiid.
I know it would. Both situations are wonderful.
And I guess Saric is really. Did you listen to the JJ Redick pod on Simmons? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
He talked about. I wish I didn't listen to it.
Yeah.
I still do this to myself.
Cleansed myself of Bill Simmons a long
I know.
time ago.
I still dirty my soul. But he talked about how Saric is actually the funniest guy in the locker room, funnier than Joel. But so I think it would be really fun. I think Portland would actually be pretty fun to cover.
That's my pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, CJ McCollum seems like a cool guy. And they're pretty good, and you have those Dame time games,
okay,
and then you have and I love Portland, of course.
I think it's a fun city.
It's a great city.
Oh, we have to talk about cities.
Oh well, yeah, you have to think about quality of life.
You're living there.
See, I would want to cover a team that you can see in the next 5 or 6 years going on a title run.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
But you got to live there.
Yeah, living in Boston would probably be pretty awesome.
It would be cool.
I don't know. It's snowy and cold for 9 months.
I don't know.
Do you like that?
I don't mind
You
it.
told me you're a summer man.
I am, but I don't mind.
Hey, he could buy a coat. He could buy a coat.
Come on, man.
Coats. What are those? Knicks? Hell no. What are your bottom 3 teams that you would just
I would do the Knicks. I like New York.
bottom
yeah,
3?
there'd be something
I'd
about
do
that.
it.
That would be kind of cool. Bottom 3, probably Sacramento,
Orlando.
Well, I mean Disney World. I'd be cool living in Orlando.
I think would you?
Your next
Oh,
door
I
neighbor
think
is-
if you lived there, it would get a
100%.
little.
No,
no.
No,
not at all.
Your next door
You're
neighbor's
so
goofy.
wrong. Yeah,
it would be so not fun covering that team though.
But your
It'd
next
be
door,
depressing.
who cares?
but then you could go see Don Duck.
You get to go to. I don't know.
All right, guys, this is fine. Charlotte is bottom 3.
Orlando, Charlotte. Those are definitely at the bottom.
Where would you hate to live the most? Where's the
where
worst
I would
place?
you know which one I would like to do? I'd like
would-
to do Toronto. Toronto's a cool city.
I would not like to
Toronto's
live in
cool.
Minnesota.
I was just about to say
Yeah.
the Timberwolves.
If
But
it's
are
like-
we just ignorant of what it's like to be there?
I don't know. Is
Probably.
Oklahoma City? If we didn't live here, would
people, no one would be like Oklahoma City. Let's go do it.
That's so true.
this? Yeah, this is a bottom. This
People
is a
don't
bottom
know.
city.
People don't know. We got culture.
That's what I think. And I think Minneapolis has.
Oh, I'm sure they have-
still more culture. It's still a better city than.
1,000%
Yeah.
probably true.
So this is just ignorance. I think Pelicans would be fun. I think it'd be so fun to live in New Orleans.
Nolans.
Nolans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Guys, you want to move on to our next Twitter question?
I do.
Let's do it. It comes from @Pepsi United, who wants to know if you could keep only one player for next season on a minimum deal between Brewer and Hustis. Who would you? Oh, we got to end this podcast pretty quick.
I
Who'd
know.
you choose? Because you left for like 20 minutes.
That's why I'm so mad at you guys for talking about Casper for 35 minutes. I don't think it,
3 to 5 minutes.
I don't think it matters who you choose, but I think that ultimately you'd probably just pick Brewer because Billy knows how to use Corey and he will play him. And Hustis, if he comes back, he'll still be in and out of the rotation. Will have a significant role on some nights and then not on others. And if you take that factor out of it, I probably want Hustis back just because I feel like he can be on the court probably a little bit more against teams like the Rockets and Warriors. I felt like he did very, very well against the Warriors. And so I wish that they would develop him and actually invest in him a little bit more, but if we're talking this Thunder team next season, I think that you probably bring back Corey because you know that he has a role and it'll be consistent.
Yep, I agree.
Guys, one last Twitter question. It comes from Bangelope, who wants to know, would you rather live without the internet or without air conditioning and heating?
Oh, that's a great question.
My answer is I would live without the internet.
Wow.
Easy.
My answer is
Easy.
I'm not a freaking animal. I'd rather live without air and heat.
It'd be so hot or so cold.
But I'd
always.
have funny memes to
Yeah.
look at.
But I would have the memes.
But I could send GIFs.
Could I then move?
What do you mean?
Could I move to San
Yeah.
Diego
I guess, yeah.
and
Oh,
have the
yeah.
internet?
Oh yeah, because you don't need either.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah, but cost of living, Andrew. It's so expensive. So expensive. You're not even thinking about that.
Yeah, I mean, to live without the internet at this point in time,
Everything's connected to the internet.
it would be tough.
But you don't really need it. Like, what do you need it for? What's one thing you have
His
to
job.
have it for?
You have to have it for
Yeah.
your job. I have to have it for my job. Everyone has to have it for their job.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to. You type stuff up, use a telephone.
Yeah, no, I could not do that. Literally could not.
Could you hold on? Could
Don't-
you
hey,
be a
don't-
lawyer
don't come-
without the internet
You could. Yeah.
He probably, yeah.
You could.
You could.
because you have books?
Your books research would be hard. Research sucks. So, guys, I got one
You'd have
last
to
question.
go to the library and go to those
no,
machines that have old like newspaper or old
no, there's research libraries.
databases.
Research libraries.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you go talk.
Suck. They really research sucks. It's my least favorite part of law school. Guys, I got one more question for you. But before I do, we talked about them before. We need to talk about it again. Oklahoma Shirt Company. They were a pleasure to work with,
As always.
making our t-shirt. I came with them and I was like, hey, we made it talked about this thing today on the podcast and described to them the bowl of fried rice, Paul George faces in it, and around it says Paul George chicken fried rice. And what they gave me blew my mind that it was like, I'd wear that on a shirt, without a doubt.
It was very good. So if you have any sort of idea,
Couple Freudian slips in there, Lucas.
probably not any probably not as weird as that idea, but if you have just an idea, take it to them. They can put it on a t-shirt. They also have their shirt of the month club. $10 will get you a super cool Oklahoma themed t-shirt.
They're very good. I really liked it. I really want that Paul George chicken fried rice shirt on a tank top for the summer months.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, on a
I think I'm
tank.
gonna ask mine to be a tank.
This
Okay.
is very exciting.
Well, then what I'll do is say, so I'll set up a big cartel today.
Yeah.
So you guys can order it. You have to pay. We're gonna take pre-orders because we're only gonna print what you guys buy.
Yeah, we're not gonna have any extra.
And we're not doing it after
Guys, you're
this. This
selling
is
this
it.
so bad.
No. Listen,
Limited
this is
time.
it.
Especially
Very
Why would we
limited
tell them-
prints.
Very limited. Yes, that's
only
what we're saying.
There's not gonna be any extra. If you see one out in the world and oh, I want that, it's too late.
We're not even gonna.
You've missed the boat.
You have 1 week. I'm gonna open it today. I'm gonna tweet about it. You're gonna find a link. It's gonna be Big Cartel. Just search Big Cartel down to dunk because I can't remember the actual.
We will put it out on Twitter and Facebook and all the things.
Okay, everything.
There's gonna be. I'm saying there's gonna be a real limited number of things. I don't know if people want them,
Dude,
but I want it.
dude,
I want it.
people want these things, and you should want
They're
them.
going. It's if you guys haven't seen what the shirt is going to look like, it is hilarious.
It's on our Twitter feed.
And if you want to feel like you are just in on a joke,
You're in on it. You're in it. Any person that I ever see wearing this shirt out in the world, I'm
Ugh.
going to go up and
make out with them. Yeah, talk to them.
Yep. You know what I think they're okay. Andrew, first, are you miffed and are you peeved? Because I'm
Fairly obvious.
because I'm miffed and peeved, and it's because I don't know why there hasn't been a Casper prequel when it shows the three uncles before living their life. Fat, thin, and stinky uncle. I bet they got into some hijinks. Prequel. That movie makes itself.
Do you think? Wait, do they explain why there are ghosts stuck in the house?
They're dead.
Well, I know, but do they explain why?
They used to live there.
I know, but like, why didn't they move on? Like, were they bad? Are they in purgatory?
No, they're in purgatory. They have some unfinished business.
Were they bad uncles?
One was stinky, one was fat.
They're all bad to Casper. I know that, but
Yeah.
like, did
They're-
they kill Casper?
I think they're complicit in his death.
I think that's why they're stuck in this house.
I hate you guys.
I hate you so much.
Oh my god.
Everyone loves Casper. Come
Jay, come back.
Jay, come back.
I'm saying that Casper. I mean,
Good Lord, Jay, come back.
good. I mean, the uncle was the best part of that movie.
Jay, if you're there, help me.